Hi, I'm Christina, and thank you for joining me for our basics part 2 on missionary yogi. So hopefully you've already conquered part 1, maybe you just did it and you're warmed up and ready to go, or maybe you're just joining me. Please do not jump right into this practice without having warmed up, because this is a part 2 of our beginner's practice, so I am assuming that you are already all nice and warm. So if you have not done our part 1 yet, please go ahead and just pause the video, do some jumping jacks, as many as you can possibly manage. Maybe that's 10, maybe it's 30, maybe it's 60, and then press play and we'll start back up. But if you are already watching, that means that you're nice and warm. So let's go ahead and make our way over onto all fours, taking a few cat-cows just to make sure everything is ready to move. Big inhale with the tummy low, exhale arching up, maybe engaging your feet. So tucking the toes on the inhale, letting the shoulders fall in towards each other. Exhale, pressing up, tops of the feet down into the mat. Perfect. Finding a neutral spine. Taking a couple pendulum swings with the neck. Always starting and ending at the center, not up here. Always down here. Maybe taking a few neck circles all the way around. And then we'll press up into our down dog. So we're reaching those sit bones high. Pressing the mat away from you. So you're hollowing out your underarms. Pressing those fingertips into the mat. Lowering one heel. And then the other. Excellent. Reaching those sit bones high. Next inhale, the left leg floats high to the sky. All the way up. High as you can, spreading the toes on that foot. Inhale, pressing that knee nice and straight. Exhale, bringing that knee to the center, arching your back to create space, taking that little ninja step forward, nice and soft. Inhale, reaching up to our crescent lunge, our high lunge. So the biceps are coming in towards the ears, the shoulders are relaxing down the spine. We're tucking our tailbone. We're feeling that stretch in the right hip, right here. Now I want you to look down at your toes on that left foot, lift up the toes and try to put them down one by one. Nice, creating a nice strong foundation. Inhale, letting the hands find each other at the top. Exhale, floating down to heart center. Inhale, growing long. Exhale, twisting to the left. So we've got the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. If this feels like too much, you can take that back knee down. It's your practice. Whatever feels good for you today. Taking our thoughts back to our meditation. So if you have not joined us for part 1, our meditation was how the Lord has created us in mind and in body and in spirit. And how it's our job to cultivate growth in those 3 areas. To grow in our intimacy with the Lord, to grow in our fellowship with each other, and to grow in our awareness of ourselves and where we're at on our journey. So resisting the temptation to collapse onto that front leg, I want you to use that elbow, maybe taking your gaze up to the heavens, and exhale, taking those hands down, pressing back, downward facing dog. Next inhale, right leg comes high. Pressing that right leg up to the sky, spreading those toes. Pressing that knee nice and straight. Pressing the mat away from you with the palms of your hands. It's okay, it's only 20 things at once. You can do it. Big inhale. Exhale, bringing the knee into the chest. Ninja step forward, nice and soft. Inhale all the way up. Crescent lunge. Once again, looking at that front foot. Lifting the toes. Placing them down one by one, nice firm foundation. Lowering the shoulders, relaxing them. Growing the spine nice and long. Taking your thoughts back to your meditation. How are you being called to grow today? How can you breathe calmly through that growth? We'll take those hands, gluing them together at the top. Exhale as you let the hands float down to heart center. Big inhale, growing long. Exhale, twisting to the right. And yes, if I didn't tell you, We are here in Bali. So this is some beautiful Bali stonework behind me. And if you are not twisting towards the camera, I apologize. Complicating your practice a little bit. But there is some really incredible stonework behind me and some really, really talented woodworking with flowers and birds etched into the doors. Maybe taking your gaze up over that right shoulder. And exhale down, spreading the fingers wide on those hands. Stepping back, downward facing dog, reaching the sit bones high. Checking to make sure your feet are about hips width apart and your hands are about shoulders width apart. Big inhale, on the exhale we'll float forward to our plank, stacking our shoulders over our wrists and keeping our body in a nice diagonal line. So no butts up in the air like this, okay? Nice and flat. Keeping the spine long. Remembering you do have the option to take your knees flat. And we'll all lower down into a yoga push-up, a chaturanga, elbows grazing the sides of the bodies, no elbows out to the side, elbows in. We'll inhale coming up high. And we already covered in part one that this was our baby cobra, floating our hands above the mat, squeezing our elbows towards each other, tops of the feet pressing down. This was our king cobra, extending our arms long, relaxing our legs onto the mat. And then here's the third variation, our up dog. So our hands are pressing into the mat, the tops of our feet are pressing into the mat, but the rest of our body is hovering above the mat. Big inhale. Exhale, we're sending the hips high, flipping over those feet, coming back to our downward facing dog. Excellent. Next inhale, the left leg comes high. Exhale, that left leg comes forward, arching your back, stepping that foot forward, taking the back heel down. Big inhale as we windmill the arms up and open into our warrior two. I'll turn to face you. So in our warrior two, our arms are in two opposite directions. So you've got this left leg in front. You're looking for your big toe on the inside of that left knee. So that's how you know your knee is over your ankle. Your arms are in two opposite directions. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your back leg is nice and straight. And your heel on the front foot is lining up with the arch in your back foot. It's easy to remember that it's warrior two because your arms are in two opposite directions. Whereas in warrior one, they're in one direction. Warrior two, two directions. If you've been holding that warrior two the whole time I've been talking, props to you. Nice strong shoulders. Our gaze is over the left hand. Flipping the palm on the left hand. Big inhale. Exhale, keeping the bend in that front knee. We'll send that left arm high. This is reversed warrior. Relaxing those shoulders down. Resting this back right hand either above or below the knee. Never pressing on the outside of our knees. You can also take this right hand behind the back if you want to. Relaxing that shoulder. Relaxing your face, maybe giving a little smile. Maybe a big smile. Big inhale, exhale, we'll rotate forward. Extended side angle. So here in extended side angle, we are looking for, you guessed it, an extended side angle. From the outside of that right foot, all the way up the right side body to your right fingertips. You got your bicep coming in towards your ear, so your palm is facing down. And if you feel like that shoulder kind of is getting stuck there, you can circle it around, and that'll kind of give you more mobility. You've got the option of keeping this left elbow over the knee. If you're doing that, make sure you can still wiggle your forearms so you're not putting too much weight. You are still carrying yourself on your two legs. Or you can take this left hand extended and press the back of the left hand into the inside of the left leg. You're doing great. Big inhale. Exhale, taking those hands down to either side of the left foot. Pressing the hips high. Downward facing dog. I'm going to turn back around so I can face you. Hips are high. You're breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Next inhale, the right leg comes high. Exhale, the right foot scoops forward, bending the knee, arching the back, taking that back foot down, windmilling up, warrior two on the other side. Once again, checking your alignment, making sure that right foot is lined up with the arch in the back foot. So right heel lines up with the arch in the left foot. Your hips are squared to the side of your mat. Your knee is over your ankle. Your arms are in two opposite directions. In through your nose, out through your nose, relaxing the shoulders, breathing calmly. Learning to breathe calmly in the midst of movement on your mat teaches you how to move calmly and breathe calmly off your mat. Flipping the front palm, big inhale. Exhale, taking the right hand high, keeping the bend in that right knee. Relaxing the shoulders, taking your thoughts back to our meditation. What area of your Trinity, your mind, body, and spirit, are you supposed to be focusing on today? Which of those three areas has been most neglected? Which one needs some love? Asking the Lord what He has for you in that area. God, that you would reveal it to us, that we would be attuned to your voice, that we would hear. Big inhale, exhale, windmill forward. Extended side angle. Keeping the bend in that front knee so you've got that nice diagonal line up the left arm. In through your nose, out through your nose. Maybe you take the right arm long. Pressing into the inside of that right leg with the back of your right arm. Taking your gaze up to the ceiling under that left arm. Remembering you can windmill that arm around to loosen up that shoulder. Bending that front knee. And then taking the hands down to the mat. Pressing the hips high. Big inhale, down dog. Exhale, coming to your plank. Moving through your vinyasa, whichever level you liked best. I'm doing up dog. Totally up to you. Sending the hips high. Coming back to our downward facing dog. Next inhale, the left leg comes high. Exhale, left knee scoops forward. Nice big step, ninja step forward. Inhaling all the way up, crescent lunge. We're moving into our balance posture. So we're shifting our weight onto that left foot, coming onto the tippy toes of the back foot, and then floating up to our warrior three. So in our warrior three, just like we did in part one, how we try to float that leg and keep it nice and even with our hips, I want you to think about taking that right hip down in space, the left hip up in space. So you've got a nice flat sacrum. Pointing those toes down, reaching that foot and those fingertips in two opposite directions, keeping your gaze a few feet in front of your standing leg, breathing deep. Exhale, bending that leg, coming back to your crescent lunge like it's no big deal because you're a champ. Big inhale, exhale, down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Moving on to the other side. Big inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, right knee steps forward. Inhale up, crescent lunge, not thinking about what's to come, being present here in your crescent lunge. Big inhale. Exhale, shifting your weight onto that right leg. Floating up, warrior three. Flexing that floating leg, lowering the hip. Reaching the hands. Maybe you take your hands to your hips to really see how much you can square the hips. Lowering that left hip in space, lifting the right hip, keeping the spine nice and long from the crown of your head down to your tailbone. Bending that standing leg, floating back to your crescent lunge. Big inhale, exhale, down to the mat, pressing back, downward facing dog. Our last vinyasa. You can inhale forward to your plank, remembering you do have the option to take your knees down to the mat. Exhale, chaturanga down. Your up dog or your cobra. And back to your downward facing dog. We'll go ahead and walk our hands back towards our feet. You can bend your knees if you want to. Coming into a forward fold at the back of your mat. So letting your upper body just hang. You're reaching for your elbows. Swinging side to side, creating some space in your upper body. Relaxing those arms. Inhale halfway up, growing the spine nice and long. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees, scooping the arms. Inhale all the way up to chair. So growing the spine long. Lower back, reaching downward. Relaxing the shoulders. Looking to see if you can see your toes just past your knees. Oh yeah. Takes it to a new level. Keeping the lower back long. Inhale. Exhale, big swan dive forward. Back to your forward fold. Once again, inhale halfway up. Spine long. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. And the reason we do those halfway ups is because we don't want to black out from standing up too fast. We'll take one more balance pose and then we'll take it down to the mat. So we'll start on our left leg. We're going to do the iconic tree pose. You've got 3 different options. You can take ankle, calf, or inner thigh. So whichever level you take, you want to think about growing the spine long, just like we have throughout our practice. From the crown of your head down to your tailbone. Thinking about growing the tailbone long, pressing the bottom of the foot into the standing leg, squeezing those hips so that they're squared to the front of the mat. Your hands can be in heart center, or they can be up high. It's okay if that foot's doing a little happy dance. Your balance comes from your core. 3 more big breaths here, relaxing your shoulders. And exhale, release, shaking off your feet. One more side. Stepping onto the right foot, taking either ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Try to do the same level on both sides. Growing that spine long, squaring those hips. Maybe closing your eyes. Maybe closing one eye. Maybe closing both eyes. Doing a little body scan. Taking your thoughts back to your meditation. How are you cultivating growth in that area right now? Believe it or not, your yoga practice can help you to grow in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. So give yourself some credit. How are you growing right here on your mat? What are you cultivating growth in that area that you're seeking? Ask the Lord. Ask Him to show you. And relaxing down. Taking off those feet. Taking it down to the mat. Rolling onto your back. Bringing the knees into the chest. Taking those feet flat to the mat. Knees up. Palms down. Shoulders going under the body. Pressing the hips up. You're growing that spine nice and long. Squeezing those inner thighs towards each other. Pressing the feet into the mat. Pressing the back of the head into the mat. But keeping the back of the mat soft. It's Bali, guys. It's full of tourism. And taxis honk to ask you if you want to ride. So that is all the honking that you hear. Rolling the bringing the knees into the chest. And kind of rocking and rolling. See if you can get all the vertebrae onto the mat. Rocking and rolling. When you rock up, I'd love for you to pause in your boat pose. Palms up. You can have your knees bent or legs extended straight. And you're really trying to stay up on the 3 sit bones. The 2 sit bones here and then your tailbone. So we're not all the way back like this. Our heart is forward, our palms are up. Our knees are either bent or legs extended. 3 more big breaths. Excellent. Rolling back into your back. Taking those feet flat. Pressing up for one more bridge pose. Or if full wheel is something you want to go for today, you can take the palms down with fingertips, pointing down towards your feet. You can come up onto the balls of your feet. Press your hips up. Press your arms down. Your hands flat to the mat. You can lower your heels if you want to. And if you're still here in bridge pose, that's totally fine. Inhale, exhale, we'll all lower together. We'll bring our knees back into our chest. We'll hold on to that right knee as we extend the left leg long. We'll press that right foot up to the sky, kind of interlacing our fingers behind our hamstring. Or just reaching for that leg wherever you can get it. Relaxing your shoulders. We'll open up that right leg out to the right side, creating a little tabletop with your right hand, your right elbow on the ground. And then we'll take it across the body, all the way across, into the left hand, over to the left side of the mat. Arms are in a T. Gaze is over your right arm. Softening, relaxing, letting your breath start to come more naturally. Rolling back onto the small of your back. Knees into the chest. Relaxing the right leg, extending it long onto your mat, holding onto the left knee. Softening your shoulders, softening your hips. And then we'll press the left leg up to the sky, reaching for that left thigh or left calf, or just whatever you can grab onto. If that leg still feels so far away, you can use a strap or a belt or a scarf and wrap it around your leg to hang on. We'll open up the left leg out to the left side, doing our best to keep those hips on the mat. You'll be using your right hand to glue your right hip on the mat. Keeping the breath going. Big inhale as the leg comes up to the center and falls across the body to the right side. Opening up your arms into a T, taking your gaze over the left arm. Inhale up to the center, knees into the chest, squeezing into a little ball. Tight, 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 squeezing everything to the center. And then stretching out for your Shavasana. So your fingers and toes just curl naturally at your sides. You can windshield wiper your feet to help your feet relax. Your chest and your tummy will rise and fall with the natural rhythm of your breath. You can soften your face, letting the space in between your eyebrows spread out and relax. Letting your forehead smooth out. Letting your tongue melt into the back of your mouth as your lips part gently. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Just relaxing here onto your mat, melting onto your mat.
And also a prayer for you, closing our practice. So Lord, I just thank you so much for this time that we get to have. I thank you so much for the way that you guide us along our journeys and show us the areas where you'd have for us to grow. I thank you that there's always more. There's always more freedom, more hope, more healing to be had on the side of heaven. I thank you that you've given us ways to grow through our yoga practice, through prayer, through worshiping you. God, I just thank you so much that we're not alone. We're so loved. You are with us. You are for us. Thank you, God. I just bless everyone joining me on their mats today, Lord. That they would see you move in their lives today in a unique and powerful way. In Jesus' name. Amen. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe you stretch out into opposite directions as if waking from a dream. And bring your knees to your chest. And roll over onto your right side, making for yourself a little pillow with your right arm. Breathing in the gratefulness of this time that you made. Exhaling everything else. Reaching across the body with a strong left arm. Then press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe keeping your eyes closed or looking at the world through eyelashes. We'll sit up nice and tall on our mats. Inhaling as we scoop our arms high. Exhaling our hands to heart center. You can rest your thumbs on your sternum. Letting your shoulders melt down your spine. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. And namaste. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to see new videos coming out. And congratulations on your great yoga practice today.